What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome back to the MIB Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we are looking at another one of my favorite characters from the Masters of the Universe toy line. Didn't have these figures when I was a kid growing up. You know the story, guys. My cousin had it. He had all of them. I didn't have any of them. And I was kicking myself later on for not getting these figures when I was a kid, because they were that cool. They were that fantastic. They were that well made. Never seen anything quite like this before. These figures took off in the early 1980s to late 1980s. They were a smash hit. Every figure had its own unique style. And yet Mattel did a fantastic job at really creating a sense of excitement to own these figures. You had to collect them all. That's when that saying, collect them all, really rang true with a lot of young people back in the 1980s. And we're looking at one of the coolest figures from that line. Color base, everything. And Super 7 did a fantastic job at recreating the Masters of the Universe toy line and a lot of its fantastic and unique characters. And here's a twist, because I always put this disclaimer out. This figure is made in the likeness of the Filmation cartoon, Masters of the Universe Filmation cartoon. It was not made or intended to be the vintage style Buzz-Off figure. These figures weren't made to be reproductions of the vintage figures. These are their own figures. These guys hold their own place in the Masters of the Universe toy line history. These are from the cartoons. These are made in the likenesses of the cartoon characters from the Filmation cartoon Masters of the Universe. And that's the cool part about it. We wanted our figures. We always asked ourselves that our figures, our vintage figures back in the day, didn't look like the characters from the Filmation cartoon. Well, Super 7 has taken care of that, guys. They've given you what you've been asking for decades. And Buzz-Off is a fantastic offering today from Super 7 and the Filmation characters and that cartoon. Guys, what do you think? How close did they get? This Buzz-Off figure, as we see, the heroic spy in the sky, as seen on TV, the figure twist for it, the famous power punch, all of it. A salute to the vintage style MOTU figures, but holds its own place as a Filmation character figure. Beautifully done. And like I said, the good people at Super 7 has done a fantastic job in recreating this, giving us that taste of nostalgia and scratching the itch that we've all had. Like I said, I actually got a Buzz-Off that looks like its cartoon counterpart. You can't beat that. The colors are fantastic. He comes with a ton of accessories. All these figures came with a ton of accessories. And the cool part about this figure, let me pick him up for you. Right down here, he comes with an extra head. Can you see that? He comes with an extra head, so you can have him. This is him with his mask and helmet down, in battle mode. And this is how he looks. Let me see. With his helmet pulled up. He's got the blue eyes, yellow face, extra head. How cool is that? There's a good shot. Right there. Comes with an extra head. He comes with some looks like a lance here. Jousting or something. There's another, like a sword. He comes with a set of wings that you have to put on. All this is beautifully packaged inside of baggies inside. So he comes with all of that. How cool is that, guys? So the wings just pop onto his back. Yep. It's made a little different from the vintage version, but it would be, right? Because it's not intended to be the vintage style buzz off. This figure is definitely a standalone in color contrast. I mean, the colors really pop on this figure. I remember the vintage buzz off from back when I was a kid in the early 1980s. And I just remember how cool this Bumblebee type style look was on him. And like I said, this Filmation, Super 7 Filmation figure here, just like the cartoon, all the colors are very vibrant, bright. He's not as detailed, but he wouldn't be, once again, because he's not meant to be the vintage figure. So he looks just like his cartoon counterpart. So not a lot of definition. This guy, he's not shredded or ripped up, but you can still see the muscle definition here. These figures are that's another cool thing about these figures. They were so stocky. He's 5.5 inches tall. All the figures were. MOTU figures were. So kind of like a bodybuilder. Awesome. Just absolutely awesome. I got this beautiful figure from Big Bad Toy Store. That's where I get all of my figures from. I do a lot of business with Big Bad Toy Store. Guys, if you don't know Big Bad Toy Store, it's an online toy store website. You just punch in Big Bad Toy Store. It'll take you right to it. You can Google it. And they have everything. You name it, they have it. Let's get you a blown out shot here, the back of this card. The artwork, beautiful. There's Buzz Off right there in battle. There's Stratos. Alongside Stratos, Buzz Off uses his wings for airborne spying missions. There's a Super 7. If you want to go to super7.com, they carry the figures as well. That twist his waist. There's the extra head. Swap heads for enhanced vision ability. Pose his wings. If the wings are posable, you can pull them down or pull them up and in flying motion. Here's once again, collect them all, right? And we're well on our way. As you can see over there, our He-Man over there. I'm just hooked on these figures now, guys. It's just a ton of fun to collect these guys. And now that I'm an adult collector, it's a little easier. So I'm glad that Super 7 brought these guys out. There's no way I would have gotten these figures any other way. I'm not going to spend $300 to $400 to $500, in some cases more. I've seen some Masters of the Universe vintage figures go for close to $800. That's a lot for one figure. So Super 7 has really made it a little easier for you. Yes, they are from the Filmation. They're not the exact replicas of the vintage figures. So if you're looking for that, guys, I'm sure Super 7 has some things on that line, not quite like that, but I would say just go get the, go to eBay or Amazon and see if you can find a vintage one. There's Merman, Hordak, Skeletor. All these guys are fantastic. Evil Lyn, the Shadow Weaver, Evil Seed. Beautifully done. Right there. Guys, what do you think of our Buzz Off? Do you have this figure? Are you looking for this figure? We want to hear it all. What are your thoughts on vintage as opposed to now the big retro boom now that's happening, bringing all these figures back for collectors that no other way could afford to have this figure? We want to hear all that, guys. Right in the comment section, right underneath this video. Guys, I'm just having fun here on a Thursday here at the museum, taking it easy, relaxing. Raining outside. What better way to spend my day, right? Right here in the museum with a video hanging out with you guys. The Masters of the Universe, Buzz Off. Guys, we'd like to thank you for hanging out with us today. You know the routine. Stay safe, stay healthy. God bless. And keep collecting.